Hey everybody, we are back. Episode 32. What's so funny?
I made a funny face.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to be sure to zoom in on that when you do that. Happy episode 32.
32.
Boom.
Yes.
All right. Welcome back, you guys.
Welcome back.
We did 2 back-to-back pet peeves. We could have literally done like a 6-part series. Maybe we take that to Twitter. Not Twitter. Fuck Twitter. TikTok. Maybe we take it to TikTok and make it like a
bunch of shorts.
Why I Married the Wrong Man or something. Do you ever see that series? No. It's like an 80-part series, and that lady made like, I don't know, 100K or something like that.
What?
On TikTok. Yeah, it's pretty nutty. Her story was pretty wild. But anyway, welcome back.
Welcome
Episode
back.
32.
32.
We are nervous. We're going on tour.
Very nervous.
By the time you guys see this, we will have left for tour. Scary. But I don't know. There's been so much. Like yesterday, I felt like I had a full-time job yesterday. I was up at 5:30 and I literally, what time do we leave Jason's? Like midnight?
I think so.
1 a.m, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy town because it's go time. I feel like I'm in event planning mode. So, but yeah, I'm trying to do that and trying to keep the tour afloat.
Yeah.
As in, like, just it's the little things that we got to make sure we kind of tie up the loose ends.
Mm-hmm.
And there's lots of other stuff, press days and stuff like that going on. So, but yeah, and then we got to squeeze this in before we leave. So we're happy to be here. So
yes,
this is awesome.
This is a nice little break.
Yeah. So I still want to know if anybody tried my drink from that I left the recipe on the last episode. So waiting for feedback on that.
Yeah.
And then as you can see, I am double fisting today. I needed a pick me up, but I also need to hydrate. So there's Pedialyte in here. Oh my gosh, look at this.
Yes.
Drop it in the comments if you know who this is. Zoom in on that. Look how cute that is. So a follower made this, and it says on the back of it, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. So if you know who that is, drop it, because this is my favorite Disney character. Anyway, so any news to report on your end? No?
Not that I can. I'm nervous too about tour. I'm nervous about what's going to happen, but I'm also very excited. So it's kind of like, it's like they both kind of feel the same.
Yeah. I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
So, we took the dogs. We call them the hogs.
Yeah.
We took Drew and Peely's dogs to the groomer today, and when we picked them up, they had little bow ties on them.
They did.
And Squiddy was on one. He just didn't like it, and then but Tuna was like,
he loved it.
He loved it. He wanted to sit in the front seat of Tate's truck. I'll put a picture of him right here, but man. He's completely deaf, by the way.
Yeah.
So Drew and Peely fostered him first and then ended up adopting him. And I've never been around a deaf dog before.
Right.
Have you?
No. That which is kind of funny because getting to know him and learning him and trying to communicate him, it's different.
Yeah.
You know, but it's fun.
Yeah. All his senses are in his eyeballs.
Yeah.
He's literally like this.
Yeah, that's what you notice right away.
Well, and then he gets up on top of you, and he has to be that close to you because he has to see you, smell you, because he can't hear you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah. It's so cool. He's the coolest dog.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was our day today, and it's been pretty nutty. Also, I had a couple clients this morning on my own, so trying to knock that out, and here we are, back in the studio. But yeah, I'm excited for tour, and I hope you guys are too. And we're just gonna jump right into it.
Yes.
So as you know, the first week of the month, technically, I think this is the second week of the month.
Correct.
For this episode. We're gonna do Reddit stories because you guys like them, and you guys, chime in a lot. And this time, I want to do something different. Tate does not know anything that I pulled, any of the stories I pulled, because I wanted to kind of take a different angle. Today, I wanted to do a funny stories or kind of like a funny, quirky angle. Not so much knee slapping funny, not like that. There are some stuff in here, but, more so like lighthearted. You know what I mean? I just didn't want to do, it just seems like, I don't know if you guys have been on Reddit, but like a lot of the stories these are Am I the Asshole, by the way. A lot of the stories are just so depressing and mean, and
they're pretty bad.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that wasn't in my vibe today. My vibe was lighthearted and funny and endearing. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it. I'm excited about it.
All right. So this one you'll relate to, and we'll, if you have a story to share it, because I know I do. But this one says, am I the asshole for having special words or terms that only I use with my family? Okay. So before I read it, well, actually, let me read it, and then I'll tell my story.
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
Okay, so my mom did this, so I guess I do it too automatically. Maybe since she's gone now, it's a weird way I honor her, or maybe I'm just really annoying because I remember it annoyed us too back when she used to do it. If I can't think of the right word or title for something, I make up my own and just use that. So my husband has a favorite vintage cartoon I call Quiche Lorraine because the theme sounds like the B-52 song, so I always call it that. There's another YouTube channel he likes I just call The Powerful Aviator, since the host reminds me of Howard Hughes. It drives my husband nuts. You've been watching The Powerful Aviator for almost 3 hours now, hon. What's so interesting? I named our car, and that's what she was telling her husband, right? I named our cars Henrietta and David, and he and my kids absolutely hate when I say that. I'll say, go get Henrietta started up. It's almost time to leave. Or go clean out David. And they look at me like they want to kill me. There are other movie titles or actors or actresses' names I almost get right, but not exactly. So I just say what I know them as in my brain out loud. And my family knows who and what I mean, but they roll their eyes at me in disgust or yell, why do you always mess this up? I call the remote the robo controller, and the hair clippers the snazifier. I do it because it's easier for me and I think it's kind of funny. Yeah. But sometimes it really makes them mad. Am I the asshole for continuing to use my own special word substitutions when it seems to make other people around me mad? I don't think so. I think it's funny.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it's actually pretty cool.
I wonder if her kids get mad though, or her husband gets mad because she reenacts it or makes a funny voice.
Probably.
Or hand me the snazifier or something like that. Do you think she does that?
Probably, because she knows it's not the right words, but she's just saying it jokingly, or you know what I mean?
If she has a voice for everything she uses, that's even funnier.
I know.
That's even funnier.
Yeah. I don't think you're an asshole at all. I think you're amazing. That's what I think.
I think that's so funny.
Yeah.
But I wonder if she does it in front of mixed company too.
That'd be even better.
Hey, Judy, hand me the what did she call it? The robo controller. And she's like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? That's funny. I think that's funny.
I think that's even greater.
Especially when people don't know what you're talking about. Dude, we have so much. That's why I wanted to, let me say the story first and then talk about what we do.
Well, I know you do it.
Yeah.
And he goes, and then if people don't understand, you go, oh, that's what I call it. You know what I mean? Like,
can you think of one?
I can't offhand. I was trying to because I was like, she does this. I was looking at you when you were reading it. I was like, Noelle does this.
I can't think of anything either,
but I was trying to
think.
She does it. She does it all the time. She'll say it. I'm like, why do you call it that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't pronounce the other or whatever.
Yeah.
You're just like, just give it to me. You know what it is.
I can't remember either. I should have thought of some before we started recording.
No.
But I found this one at the last minute. But I'm like, I read this and I go, I feel seen. This is my people. These are my people right here, because I make up shit all the time. But then it just sticks. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of ones that the kids call it.
I think
I know. Like, I mean, I didn't make this up, but when the kids were little and they make up words, we just keep it. Yeah. Yeah. So like hair ties, right? Mm-hmm. We call them pretties. Yeah. Like, you say, oh, hand me a hair tie or hand me a ponytail holder or whatever. It's, oh, I need a pretty. Yeah. And the reason why it's called a pretty is because that's what Drew used to call him. Yeah. Drew always wanted to get dolled up.
She loved to look pretty.
She loved to look pretty. And so for whatever reason, she called hair ties pretties. Yeah. And then, but it was kind of synonymous with other things that you put in your hair. Yeah. So if there was a little butterfly clips or something, she would say, I need more pretties. Yeah. Like, I need more pretties in my hair. But if it was singular, then it was just a hair tie. Yeah. So we still call them pretties. To
this day.
Yeah. Or, when your hair's messed up, Drew used to say, my hair's mumbly. And so that's what we still call it to this day. My hair's mumbly. Yeah. But I know there's other things like. There are. Not to this extreme. No. But there are little quirks that we call things.
I think it's the same. It's not extreme at all.
Yeah.
I think it's the same. I think it's funny.
I think so too.
I think it's hilarious.
I don't think she's an asshole. And you know what? If your kids think you're an asshole, you just say, you know what? Your grandma used to do this, and now she's dead. I'm trying to honor her. Do you not want me to honor my mom? I would say that. Jeez. And then the kids can shut the hell up because I'm having a good time over here. Right?
Yeah.
Dude, come on.
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe it does annoy them, but I'm telling you right now, if she stopped, they would trip out.
And they would say, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
As annoying as it is, I bet you anything, if she stopped, they'd be like, what the fuck's? You know what I mean? They'd be tripping.
They'd be like, are you okay? Are you in a bad mood?
Yeah. What's wrong?
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
So that could be the other angle too. You just say, nobody likes it, so I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm just going to call it what it is, a remote control, hair clippers. Yeah. And I think they would be weirded out by that.
They would. They would.
Be nice to your parents, damn it. I love this one.
I love that
one. Cool.
Absolutely amazing.
Now I'm going to rack my brain on things that I made up or the kids made up that we still use. I got to remember that.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, right? Okay. It was hard pressed for me to find like uplifting, like lighthearted, not really uplifting, but lighthearted stories on Am I the Asshole? Because literally 99.9% of them are just like, yikes. You know what I mean?
It is called Am I the Asshole? So
yeah. Dude, I saw this one. I'm not like, we're not going to go over this one, but I want to mention it before I get into number 2, right? I'm going to sidebar. You know me, I'm queen of sidebar. I was reading one and it was this gal talking about how am I the asshole for wanting to divorce my husband because he asked to do a threesome.
Oh, I saw that one.
Did you see that one?
I didn't read it though, but I saw it.
So I read it. It was, exactly what it sounds like, right?
Sure.
But the comments are so funny. And that's what made me think, I wonder if there's funny stories on here in the Am I the Asshole section? Yeah. Because they were so funny. They were like, because the gal said, I'm 6 months postpartum, and then he tells me he wants to do that, whatever. And some people and women were in there going, 6 months postpartum? I don't even want you to look at me 6 months postpartum, let alone ask me for a freaking, menage a trois. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was dying. And then they're like, one lady was like, yeah, like my parts aren't even in the same places anymore. What the hell makes you think I'm going to do a threesome with you? And so someone was like, what is it? You should say, okay, we'll do a threesome, but we have to do 2 threesomes. And your husband will go, oh, yeah? And yeah. One with, you can have another girl, but I get to have another guy. Watch how quickly he changes his mind about a threesome. No, never mind. Fuck it. God, nobody can joke anymore. I was just trying to tell a joke. But the comments were hilarious, man. Jeez. And there were so many, like thousands of comments. And then one person would comment, and then the thread would go down deep. And that one, so fucking funny. But it's true, right?
It is true.
Okay, anyway, that's what gave me the idea of like, let's do lighthearted if I can find any.
Sure.
So I found a couple. So the second one is, am I the asshole for not being mad at my daughter and thinking she's actually pretty funny? So the dad thinks his kid is funny. His daughter is funny.
Yeah.
So here's why. This is such a ridiculous situation that I feel like an asshole just for posting this, but my wife is legitimately peeved. So tell me if I'm too blinded by my amusement to see clearly, or if this is objectively funny and not worth punishing our kid about. Okay, so I'm 43 and my dad is 64. He used to love taking us on adventures as kids, but he slowed down recently. He still loves spending time with my daughter, who's 12. So dad decided to introduce my daughter to his favorite childhood shows, and for whatever reason, she loves them, like in all caps.
Wow.
We're talking Star Trek, Bonanza, the Andy Griffith Show, all of it. She's hooked. She thinks it's all fantastic, which I think is super sweet.
I know. I grew up on all those too.
All of them, yeah, but more importantly, like she's bonding with her grandfather. Yeah. You guys, sidebar, you guys don't know how important it is for your kids to be, connected to your parents, their grandparents, or even great grandparents, because they turn out to be much better humans when they hang around the senior citizens. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay, just my sidebar. Okay, so fun fact about my daughter, she loves Googling fun facts, okay? Her favorite phrase is, did you know? And then she'll tell us a phrase. Like, we'll drive past the sign saying we're X amount of miles from some location, and she whips out that phone and is like, did you know X location is the salamander capital of the world? It's really cute and annoying at the same time.
Sure.
So last week she comes downstairs and says, did you know ABC made Burt Ward take pills to shrink his penis. Totally, like she said this, totally deadpan. She didn't even crack. When I tell you I wheezed, she showed me the article, and yep, they did. The 60s, what a time. My wife was so mad. She told my daughter to never use that word, or we're going to wash her mouth out with soap. That's an empty threat. And my daughter pouted and went about her day. So the next day, she told my dad, who didn't believe her at first, and then absolutely lost it when he read the article when she pulled it up. So the grandpa's like, "No way!" Like, I don't know who Burt Ward is, but I'm assuming
he was a famous
like TV star or something.
Sure.
Whatever. Oh, I know who he is. Isn't he Robin from Batman and Robin? Is his name Burt Ward?
I don't know.
Okay, maybe I'm making that up. I don't know. Okay. So let's see. So he absolutely lost it when she pulled that article up.
Sure.
I can't remember the last time I saw my dad laugh that hard. My wife came out, heard what the commotion was about, and told my daughter if she brought it up again, she was in big trouble. Okay. Mind you, she's 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, today, one of my wife's friends called while the girls were having a play date, and you'll never guess what my daughter did. You'll never guess in a million years. Go on, guess. Yeah, she told the story to her little friend, who also thought it was hilarious. Her mom did not. So now my wife is furious and says, we need to come up with a punishment. But I don't want to punish her. I think if we stop making a big deal about it, she'll get bored of it eventually. So I was just going to say that. I think maybe she keeps...
Because she's getting this reaction.
Yeah, she's getting this reaction.
That's why she keeps doing it.
And she knows it pisses her mom off.
I think she's looking for the laughs more than pissing the mom off.
Maybe, yeah.
The laughs are just like
like a high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh,
like,
that's a good point.
She's not even paying attention. She's like forgot about where.
Or maybe it's two and she's getting a twofer out of it.
Could be.
She's getting a laugh and she's pissing off her mom at the same time. That's a good point. Okay. So let's see. So I said, I don't want to punish her. I think if we stop making a big deal about it, she'll get bored of it eventually. Mm-hmm. And my wife's argument is that she's doing it for attention. Duh, she's 12. That's what he wrote. Yeah. But she's going to learn about this stuff in health class soon anyway. Might as well get the giggles out of her system now.
Sure.
Because imagine when she does the, that little class they have it. I think it's 5th grade, maybe.
It is 5th grade. Yeah.
And every time they would show the boy's penis, we'd be like, do you remember that? And the boys would be like, she's got boobs. And they're like, dude, so funny. Okay. Boobs. Show us your boobs. Okay. So am I the asshole for not supporting my wife and dragging my heels on punishing my daughter? My wife says, even if I'm right, we at least need to punish her for disobeying us. I say the harder we come down, the more she'll push back. So, and then here's a small update. The wife and I ended up agreeing by the time my daughter was dropped off at school not to punish her. Instead, we reiterated some sex ed stuff and told her it's important to keep subject matter appropriate to the situation. And she was receptive to these messages. So dad comes over for dinner almost every day, and he usually shows up early. So we got there half an hour ago, and my daughter set up the TV, and they started watching Batman on Tubi, right?
Yeah.
Because, like the old 1960s one. Yeah. And then 5 minutes in, dad leans over to our daughter and he says her name. And then she's like, yeah, grandpa. And he goes, I can see Robin's penis. Dude, do you think that's Robin from Batman and Robin? The guy
Probably.
Dude, that's fucking, how did I know that?
I don't know.
Well, I don't even know that. I don't know if that's true, but maybe he just saw it and he's just like trying to be funny.
Sure.
That's hilarious. Do you see why it's important for your kids to have relationships with your parents, her godparents or whatever, or grandparents? Mm-hmm. That's freaking cool, dude.
I did not expect that ending.
Dude, yeah, well, there's a little bit more. It says, daughter and dad both lost it, laughing their asses off. I look at my wife. Her face is totally blank like this. And I can tell she's seething on the inside. She says she's going to go take a bubble bath, and she's still in there. I don't know if I should bring her a glass of wine to mellow her out or leave her the hell alone. Thanks, Dad. It sounds like she's really close to her dad and her grandpa. Uh-huh. That's freaking cool,
I know.
Man. I love that.
How do you not laugh?
So, of course, you're not the asshole for that. Yeah. That's freaking cool. But here's what I will say about this story. I can't tell you how many, because we had our kids so young.
Sure.
And I can't tell you how many older parents that we, knew while our kids were young. Mm-hmm. And by older, I mean they're like in their late 20s, early 30s, while we're like 18, 19, 20,
sure.
And they were I remember one set of parents was like, they cannot, our kids we don't let them watch The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, why? It's so funny.
Yeah.
And of course we're young.
Sure.
So I'm like, I didn't see the issue.
Yeah.
But even when the kids got older or whatever, it was more like, we've never really cared about cursing.
No.
Because I curse like a sailor, obviously. And around my kids, like we'll be having, dinner with some friends, and they'll say, oh yeah, and it was so fucking cool, and they're like, ooh, sorry, in front of I didn't mean to say that in front of your kids. I'm all, my kids have heard worse. We're good, right? And here's why we've always talked about this. They're just words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And sometimes through expression,
yeah,
they just sound better.
Yeah.
That's how I think of it.
Well, yeah, and then I also the expression, it sounds better
through the expression, whatever expression, like you have, like if you're like I'm fucking pissed, like you know what I mean.
Yeah,
through
yeah,
expression,
yeah.
I
For
feel,
your own expression.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I
Okay.
think it sounds better.
He's like, it's more colorful when I say it that way.
Well, when they're telling stories, and you know what I'm saying.
You're talking about the kids, or
yeah,
you?
the kids, me, like I just think.
Yeah. So I can tell you this: when they were younger, we said, hey, no cursing.
Sure.
In the house, because that's how we grew up. Whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, just be. But I would always curse in front of them, so it was kind of like, well, you're doing it. What the hell, right? And when the girls get in trouble, I know they're looking at me going, "Fuck you." No, really, fuck you. But they're not saying it; they're just saying it with their eyes. Because I know I was when my dad talked to me. I was like, I'm gonna murder you, like one of these days. So like, we never really put too much emphasis on it. They just knew not to curse. However, when they would get like in a beef at school,
Sure.
or I remember specifically one boy, there was a thing going on. I guess it was a trend. And the boys were running around slapping the girls' asses in junior high. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that?
I think so.
And no one dare touch Drew, because Drew would fight anybody. She would fight a grown man at the age of, I don't know, 12, 11. But one kid who was a friend of Dayson's, actually, a boy, he did it to her, and she was horrified. She was embarrassed. Do you remember this?
I think I do. I'm starting to remember as you're telling it.
And Drew went over there, and I think she either slapped his face or pushed him down to the ground or whatever. And she's like, I'm going to fucking kill you if you ever touch my sister again, right? So then Dayson's like crying, and then after he leaves, and then Drew starts like, don't tell mommy, don't tell mommy, whatever. And then Dayson's like, I got to tell mommy. Because Dayson's a little snitch. So Dayson would I'd come pick him up for school, and they would tell me in the car. Dayson was telling me the story in the car, and Drew started crying because she thought she was going to get in trouble. And I said, is that all you said? And she's like, I said, hey, anytime anything like that happens, anyone touches your sister, touches you, you go fucking ham, and I don't give a fuck what you say. And then you beat him up, right? Did you beat him up? I slapped his face and pushed him down to the ground. I said, good. I said, I'm probably going to get a call, and I did, and I will have your back. And Drew was like, all right, game on, right? She's like, I could have done so much worse, but I was afraid to get in trouble when I got home. So I tell that story because when it's appropriate, like this dad, hey, when it's appropriate, go ham. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. Right? And if the kids would say something like, and they would let it slip, or, because in our house, shut up and stupid were bad words in our house. Yeah. Right?
That we were
hard and fast on that one.
Don't say that. Don't say that to each other.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do not say that to each other, because I grew up with my siblings telling me that. You grew up like that too. And it's triggering. So we were like, no, because then you actually, if you hear it long enough, you're going to start believing it. Yeah. You're going to start believing you're stupid and whatever. Yeah. And so that was it, right? None of that. But you can say fuck all you want. I don't care. Yeah. Isn't that funny? The weird things we have,
or shit.
Rules. Yeah. And so, we had rules, but they weren't like,
Sometimes I would have to tell Drew, hey, relax.
Oh, I know. Sometimes she got a little crazy. She'll get a little nutty.
They start flowing like rap songs. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I got to step in. Hey, take it easy. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Hey, relax. Especially when my dad's around, like her grandpa, who, by the way, they're very close to. So that's another reason why I love this story, because that's some shit like my dad would do. But no, I love that. Yeah. And I love that. I wanted to talk about this too, because for the parents who are out there, or young parents or whatever, hey man, they're just words. Yeah. But also teach your kids how to use, use them in the appropriate, scenario.
Yeah.
And don't put too much weight on it. Like I've had, parents like, well, you cuss a lot around your kids.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
That's your exact reply. Hey, you cuss around your kids a lot. I don't give a fuck.
What's your fucking point? And it was always that, fucking almond mom trying to be super cool and like, whatever. Yeah. Like, look at my face. I don't care. Right. So this story also reminded me of Drew and Jason's friend Avery Woods. Are you familiar with her?
Yes.
Yeah. So so funny. She used to be an ICU nurse, and then during COVID, she blew up with her TikToks, and now she's pretty big, and she has 2 young kids. I think her son, I think is 5, and the youngest is maybe 3.
Oh, babies!
Or just turned 3. Yeah, but her little baby girl is Stevie, and she did a post the other day of them they're on the boat, right? Because they're in Arizona, and like she just had like 100 clips of Stevie going like this. And the caption was like, Stevie learned a new trick today or something like that. And it was so funny. But the comments were cuckoo bananas.
Wow.
There were moms in there just like, you're teaching them bad habits and blah, blah, blah.
What?
And it was so funny. You guys got to go look it up. She's just doing this. And then she'd be at the front of the boat and she would turn around and go. It's so funny. So funny.
You know what that reminds me of a video I saw. I don't know if it was TikTok or IG, but a mom is with their kid, young. The probably has under 5. They can talk, and they have them in the bathroom on the camera, and then say, "Okay, here, you could say all the bad words you want.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna leave."
Yeah, that was a trend.
Yeah.
You want to hear something funny? Sidebar: Tate sees these TikTok trends like 3-4 months later.
I know. I'm sorry. It just reminded me of it. Yeah.
Dude, and then no one can have fun, right?
Yeah.
Because you close the door and the kids are like
whispering.
They're like whispering, going, shit, fuck, shit, fuck, shit, fuck. And it's so funny, right? Yeah. And then they're like, are you done in there? And they're shit, fuck. Not yet. Did you get it all out yet? Not yet. Right? So freaking funny, dude. And so then no one can have fun anymore. Then the almond moms are in there going, you're just exploiting your kids and blah, 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 and this, that, whatever. And I was like, listen, you keep things from your kids and make it a big deal, they're going to want to do it. They're going to want to do it, and they're going to do it like this girl kept doing it because the mom was wigging out, and they're going to keep doing it. So it's like, and you know what? This is off topic, but kind of not. Remember when you first got your first gun? When you were in the sheriff's? Yeah, and I brought it home. And he brought it home. And one of the tactics they teach him in the academy is if you have family, kids, even if they're not your own kids, nephews, nieces, whatever, when you take this gun home, number one, it's got to be locked up in a safe, right? A gun safe. So, but before you put it in the safe, you invite everybody to come look at it, make sure, obviously, it's not loaded and blah, 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 and let them touch it, let them hold it, and look at it, ask you questions. And then you tell them the rules. Sure. This is not a toy. This is real. People can get hurt and you may even die, blah, blah, blah. I'm putting it in the safe. Nobody's allowed to touch it, blah, blah, blah. Right? And so they're like, oh my gosh, the kids, the girls, how they were like in junior high. Yeah. Right? And Donnie was like 2 maybe, baby. Yeah, baby. And I can't tell you the nerves that were stirring up inside me watching my baby boy hold a gun in his hand. Yeah. But it, obviously it wasn't loaded. Yeah. You were standing there the whole time for safety. But ask me if they ever asked me about that gun again.
Once I put it away, it was gone.
I
never brought it home. Yeah,
and I thought, man, what a great tactic that is. Because if you told me that and didn't show it to me and just I thought you had it, and then and I was a kid and you're like, it's in here, but don't ever touch it. I'm like, I gotta touch it. I gotta see what it looks like. I gotta touch it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's kind of like what this is. Well,
100%.
You know what I mean?
They won't do it in front of you, but they're doing it at school. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, and we would tell our kids all the time, I know you cuss at school, and Jason would go like this, and Drew would be like, how does she know? And I was like, I know everything. I have eyes in the back of my head, and they were always scared that I'm like, I know you are, and then they would be all scared, and I'm like. But I don't care. Right. You know what I mean? It has to be in the right context or whatever. And if you're just, and I literally said, if you're just shooting shit with your friends, I don't care.
Yeah.
Everybody does it.
Yeah.
But when you come home, be respectful.
They're just words.
They're just words.
Yeah.
You know, don't make it a big deal.
No,
So
it's not that big of a deal. It's just words.
anyway, was this not the best story?
It's freaking awesome.
It's so cool.
I don't see an asshole anywhere in there.
Yeah, right? Just the mom. The mom's an uptight asshole. Just kidding. Oh, man. Okay. So, here's another one. So, would I be the asshole if I told my girlfriend she's not funny?
That's a good one.
What do you think that's going to come out to me? Okay.
Wow.
All right. So, listen to this. Okay. So, don't get me wrong. I love my girlfriend and all that good stuff. But this is something that's been going on for about 2 years now.
See, now you're at fault.
Yeah. You're the asshole.
No, you're the asshole.
You're the asshole. We don't even have to
You're
give a story.
already the asshole.
He set it up. That was like a layup for being an asshole. Okay. When we first started dating, I was spending a lot of time with her friends. And this is when I first started noticing it. Okay. Someone would say something funny. Someone would follow it up with a witty comeback. And we'd all burst into laughter. But then my girlfriend will toss in a joke that completely kills all the laughter. And not the so bad it's funny kind of joke, but the how did you think that even contributed to the laughter? That's some shit I would say, huh? Why would you think that's funny?
Everybody would be not say anything, and then Noelle would say, what?
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Was that supposed to be funny? That was my younger years. I'm not like that anymore.
No, you're not like that anymore. You're not. You just tell us.
Yeah.
It's silent.
Yeah, exactly. On the way home, I'm like, you want to hear something funny? Okay, so for example, say that we're all in a kitchen making fajitas or something.
Okay.
Okay, friend number one says, I swear, the minute I even think I smell something burning, I'm going to McDonald's. So I guess one friend's cooking, and then they're joking about, hey, don't burn it or we're going to McDonald's, right? Yeah. The second friend says, I spent $50 on these ingredients, so you better McFuck out of here and eat this. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. And then we all chuckle.
Yeah.
Right? But then my girlfriend waits a couple seconds and then says, were you really going to choose a quarter pounder over these fajitas, man? Come on. Ha ha ha. I feel embarrassed just reading it like that. Shit. Now I'm mad. Maybe the girlfriend's the asshole. All right, hold on. Okay, and then the thing is that while most people would cringe at no one laughing at their joke, like we just cringed at her not funny joke. But he says it doesn't affect her whatsoever, and she'll be ready to deliver a new one within a few minutes. Like I said, I still love her, and this is in no way detrimental to our relationship or anything. Isn't it? I mean, and also, wait, what did he say? And also, she actually is really down to earth and interesting to talk to. She just sucks at comedy. A real life example is the first time she met my parents. On our way down, we passed through a small town with a funny name. Let's just say it was Flippy Bay. And we chuckled for it for like 15 seconds before moving on to something else. 7 hours later, we get to my parents' house. They're super excited to see us. They ask how the trip was. And the first thing she ever says to my parents, because mind you, she hasn't met them yet.
Sure.
The first thing she says to my parents is, would have been cooler if we didn't have to go through Flippy Bay. Ha ha ha.
What? No thanks.
I'm pausing so I can see like the morbid look on his face of I want to run out of this room right now.
I've actually experienced this.
With who? He's all with you. You're not funny, bitch.
Experienced this quite a bit when I was working, doing jobs that I had. You know?
Do you remember any stories?
I don't remember anything specific. I just remember feeling.
I think we all have at some point. You know, you have a friend group, and then it's usually the new friend.
Yeah.
And they try to chime in because they're trying to be part of the group.
Yeah.
And then they say something, and you're like, and I'm the person. Me and Josh are the people who go. We'll go, oh yeah. You know, we'll try to play it off because we already know everybody's butthole's puckered up because we're so embarrassed. Not Mayo. Mayo will go, Doesn't even try to hide it, man. Like, I have to save him.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, back to the story. My parents obviously have no idea what she's talking about, but they laugh anyway. See, like me and Josh, we'd be like, oh, that's so cute.
I would have laughed.
Yeah. So I just silently cringe to myself and go on with the night. So anyway, I haven't really said anything about this to her yet because she isn't doing any harm. And as far as she's concerned, she's just being fun.
Cool.
The only reason I'm concerned is because I don't want her to embarrass herself. And I'd hate for someone else to tell her before I do. Also, having to laugh with her and or contribute to her joke for the sake of saving face is getting kind of old.
It's been over 2 years, bud.
Am I the asshole?
It's been over 2 years.
No, I know. But let's unpack that a little bit. You don't want her to be embarrassed, but clearly it doesn't bother her. She doesn't have that gene of not like knowing she's not funny.
Yeah.
She thinks she's just being cute and quirky. So my take on this is it's not for her sake. It's for your sake because you're embarrassed of her when she acts
does
like that.
that.
Yeah.
That's it. It has nothing to do with her. It's you.
Yeah. And the fact that he keeps saying, but I still love her. You know, I just don't want her to be embarrassed. That would be terrible.
She would have stopped 2 years ago, bud.
Yeah.
She would have stopped the first time.
Yeah, if that was a thing, right?
Yeah, but it's obviously not.
It's not because it doesn't bother her.
It doesn't bother her.
She doesn't care. Here's what I know about the girlfriend, just from reading this. She doesn't care what anybody thinks about her. Let me tell you something. That's a keeper.
Yeah.
That's a keeper. That's not
the one
someone.
you want.
She's not insecure. She's comfortable with her corny ass jokes. And maybe she doesn't have the timing that everybody else does, but she doesn't care.
Nope.
You know what I mean? I think he cares, and I think he's worried that someone's not going to tell her. They're going to tell him, and he's going to be embarrassed of his girlfriend. That's what I think.
He's already embarrassed of her.
Yeah.
He's just hiding it.
He was embarrassed of her in front of her parents.
I know.
And the parents are like, they don't know. But he's like making it a bigger deal than it actually is.
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. So I was reading the comments, right? And the people were like, you're such a dick.
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say it.
Yeah. So, all right, let's hear you, Eddie Murphy. What are you?
Okay, Mr. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, Kevin Hart. Let's hear your tight five right now. You know what I mean? Chances are he's not even fucking funny. So maybe he's the one that likes to like sit back and watch everybody else banter. And then when his girlfriend's like, I want to get in there. She's like double dutching. Hey, let me jump in. Let me jump in right now.
She's assertive.
I know.
She likes to partake.
Yeah, she likes to participate in the funsies.
Dude, come on.
Like, and then here's the thing. If she was in our family, like if she was the new, like say, let's just say Donnie brought home a girl like that.
Oh, she's going to learn. Just like Kevin Hart said, you're going to learn today. You're going to learn today.
Dude.
You're going to learn fast.
Can you guys imagine? I want you guys to think about this. Can you imagine a new girl coming into our family between me, Drew, and Dason? Tate's just going to be, he's going to be the one laughing to like not make it awkward.
I'm going to be like, girl, talk.
She's
Put your hands up.
Tate's gonna go, leave her alone. She's down. Don't get up. Please stay on the ground.
Keep your hands up.
Dude. Oh man, I feel sorry for Donnie's like future girlfriend / wife. She's gonna have to grow a thick skin or already have a thick skin or have grown up in, you know, an indigenous family or a person of color like that. His girlfriend has to be a person of color and come from a family like that because we all get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's all good.
We will fuck you up at all in the name of fun.
Yeah.
And then if you can hang, you're in.
Yeah.
If you can't, next. Anyway, I thought this one was fucking cool.
That's a really good one.
It's a good one.
I love that one.
The girl's confident though, dude.
I know, man. Come on.
Okay.
Gotta give it to her, man. Ooh.
I know, right?
That's pretty cool.
Oh man. Okay. So I'm so curious to see if he's funny though. Chances are he's probably not. Because someone funny, like I'm thinking like a Kevin Hart or like even our cousins, like when we banter back and forth, like a Jordan or even Drew, like you're funny, and then someone that's awkward, they're gonna like bring you into the joke or whatever. All right, Mr. 5 minutes later with your joke, and then everybody laughs, right? But I don't know. I just don't think he's that funny, and that's why he's like embarrassed because he's like, don't embarrass me, you know? So anyway, okay, the next one. This one says, am I the asshole for laughing at my coworker's confession to me? Yeah, I got a story for you.
What kind of confession is that?
Okay. So some background. I'm 21. I'm a 21-year-old female. I've been working with my coworker. We'll call him Steve, a 20-year-old male, for about a year now. He's always been quirky and a kind guy, and we get along great. I consider him a friend, but this recent situation has kind of killed things. So me and him were both closing. I guess they're at work, right?
Yeah.
It was just the two of us in the back office where I count the drawer. Suddenly he gets very serious and says he needs to be honest with me. And I say, okay. He says he loves me and has for months now and really wanted me to feel the same. I apologize and I mentioned I already have a boyfriend and I feel very bad because he's a great person.
Sure.
He accepts this, but then he asks if he could at least touch my chest. I reply asking for clarification, and he says my body is just so wonderful, and if he can't be with me, he at least wants to touch me once. So then I burst out laughing, asked if he's serious or has the whole thing been a prank. That's when he just grabs his coat and heads out the door, and he hasn't even shown up for work since. So am I the asshole, or is that a reasonable reaction to what happened?
I think that's more than a reasonable.
That's too reasonable, if you ask me.
Reaction. I think that's bad.
It's so bad.
It's
but
so bad.
His request, first of all, it's an unrequited love kind of thing.
Yeah.
But his ask for touching her was super inappropriate. That's a given, right?
Yeah.
We understand this, especially if it's just the two of them,
sure,
and alone. But for me, I think this is hilarious.
What?
I think this is not because
I'm worried. I was worried about her.
Yeah, no.
What I mean?
I know, but clearly she's not worried, right?
Oh,
clearly she's not worried because she's laughing at him.
Sure.
Let me tell you something. All my little internet babies, gather around. It's story time. Okay. In my experience, the best way to get revenge or ward off unwanted advances, like in this situation, is to laugh in a man's face. That's obvious. You have to be in a safe space. Like, you can't be full threatened by strangers or whatever. But there's nothing that makes you guys more mad than when we laugh at you. Would you agree?
I do. Yeah.
Sometimes we'll be in a heated argument and my response is always laughing. Like, I hate when the temperature gets really high and everybody's emotions are high and and then I can't help but laugh because all I'm looking at is your face because you're really mad and you're making an ugly face, and then I have to laugh and it makes you so angry. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, you do it on purpose. That's what I have to say.
I honestly don't.
It's not because it's because the face is like it's coming, and then you laugh, and then
no, that's not true, and you know this. No, that's not true. I'm gonna be very vulnerable with you guys right now. So me laughing is a trauma response from the way I grew up, right? And so I have to break the tension out of my own head in order to. It's kind of like fight or flight, right? So in order for me not to feel threatened, or in order for me to try and feel safe or whatever, not that I've ever felt unsafe with you. It's just me, my trauma response is laughing. Think about when you're nervous. Don't you have that? We always, the inside joke in our family is that Tate has a serial killer laugh.
Yeah.
And it's because it's his fake laugh, but that's his, that's your response. That's to conflict or uncomfortableness, right? You laugh when you're uncomfortable. Would you agree? Yeah. So going back to this, well, no, let me just go back to me. So when we're in an argument, I try to find things, my brain just goes there to try and find things to make light of it so I can bring my emotion down. That's my response. And so I always look at it when he's really mad, because he's never mad. So when he's making a mad face, it makes me laugh. That's my...
Yeah. See? Did you hear it?
The
mad face, it makes me laugh.
Yeah, but I don't do it on purpose. It just happens.
It just happens. The mad face makes me laugh.
Well, it's better than
I don't do it on purpose.
It's better than me being mean or mad, right? But anyway, going back to this, I think it's funny because she laughed at him like, dude, or be real.
Yeah.
Be serious for once in your life. Or are you just fucking with me? Because this will never happen. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought that was a perfect response in this scenario. And then he got so mad, left, never came back. Right? That's not on her.
No.
I don't think she's the asshole.
Not at all.
He's the asshole for even thinking he could say that out loud.
Well, I mean, it's one thing to express how you feel, right? Hey, you know, I feel like this, right? There's one thing that, but then just when she says no, you want more?
Yeah.
She just said no.
Yeah.
So you want more, and then what do you expect her? How do you expect her to react after she already told you no?
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what else do you like? She's gonna fucking laugh, and then you're gonna get embarrassed, and then you're never gonna be seen again.
Or she could have just called the cops on you.
Yeah,
or said sexual harassment or something. She could have went the other way too.
Asshole. She said no.
Yeah, no is a statement with a period. You know what I mean?
But where you stop. You shut the fuck up, and you finish doing what you're supposed to do, and then you go home.
You go home and leave me alone.
Yeah.
But I pulled this one as lighthearted.
It could be, or it could be the other way.
It could be the other way. But I found this to be quite funny.
Yeah.
Because she fucking laughed at him.
Yeah. She's like, are you fucking joking?
Like, that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just thought that was really funny because that was such a funny fucking response. I was laughing when I was reading it. And here's why. If I had a nickel for every time this scenario has happened to me, no one's ever said, let me touch your chest. But I'm the outgoing Sagittarius.
Sure.
I love to talk to people,
Yeah.
connect with people, and guys just don't get it. And,
No.
you know, I've told you this all the time.
Yeah.
Guys think when you're friendly and like I'm like the one who like slaps you or whatever, or whatever, and they immediately think, oh, I think she likes me.
I can recall when I was younger, feeling like that. When someone of the opposite sex would come and talk like that and touch you.
To you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a young boy, I remember feeling like, oh, God, she likes me. She likes me. You know what I'm saying? She's always smiling. She always calls me by my name and says hi to me.
She knows my name?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I remember feeling exactly like that. So I know exactly.
How old were you though? Did you was that in high school too?
No, it was like junior high, going into high school. Yeah, I still kind of thought the same.
So that's okay. So that's a thing with guys. I'm assuming.
I'm just saying my personal experience.
Yeah.
I remember feeling just like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I never I never did anything stupid or acting on it. I would just, oh man, she likes me. You know what I mean?
And then you do nothing about it.
No, I don't do anything about it. I don't tell her, well, can I at least touch your chest?
Can I touch your chest?
No. I don't even go for the no. I don't even do that.
You just like, just, uh-oh. Dude, that's so funny.
Yeah.
But again, if I had a nickel for every time this happened to me,
Sure.
I would be a millionaire.
I believe it.
Literally. And I had one guy, I'm going to tell you, dude, I was a freshman in high school, and this guy was a senior. And we were friends. Then we started dating. Literally 3 weeks in, I'm like, I can't. I felt like that guy was like, she's not funny. She's embarrassing me. I felt like that about him because he was too much. He was too like, oh, be still my beating heart. He was like that, like just so chuggy. And so it was like irking me. And so 3 weeks in, I was like, yeah, no, this can't happen. So we had, it was like homecoming week or something. We had this big bonfire and all the football players and cheerleaders were there. And it was like a pep talk and blah, blah, blah at this park, right? This park that had this like, what do you call it? Like an amphitheater, right? And we're on the way to I'm with my girlfriends, right? And we're driving and on our way to this park thingy. And I was telling my friends, I gotta cut it off with this guy, man. This guy, like, he's too much. I can't take it, you know? And they were like, oh, okay, well, he's so nice. I don't care. So fast forward, the bonfire's over. It's like a potluck. Everybody's eating and having a good time and laughing or whatever. And he's like, let's go for a moonlight stroll in the park. It was a full moon.
Sure.
And I was like, all right, I can't take it anymore. Because everyone's looking at us going, oh. And now I'm mad. You embarrassed me in front of everybody because you're being so fucking chuggy in front of everybody. And I couldn't stand it. And everybody was like, ooh, she's dating a senior, right? I go, okay, let's go for a walk. We go for we're walking 5 minutes. And I go, hey, yeah, so I want to break up. So I can't, it was a hard launch. There was no, There was no fluff. There was no like, hey, let's just ease into this. Nope, fucking land the plane. We're done. I don't want to see you anymore. And he's like, what? I'm not even kidding. Huh. And this is why I was like, and that's why I don't want to date this fucker anymore. He was like, what? No. And he started like kneeling. And I go, if you fucking beg me, I'm going to lose my mind. And I yelled that, don't you fucking kneel. You better not fucking. He was like, whoa. And then he stood right back up. He's like, oh, ran off into the woods. Because this was at Jack Fisher Park.
Yes.
Yeah. Was it Jack Fisher Park? Yeah, Jack Fisher Park. And they had a bunch of big trees. Ran off into the trees. And then everybody was mad at me because I hurt his feelings. And they were like, what happened? I go, I don't know. I just told him I didn't, we just weren't, let's just be friends. I didn't tell him. I was like, if you fucking kneel down, I'm going to fucking kill you. I didn't tell him that part because then that would really make me the asshole. But he was like out of control, like this guy, but except this guy's like, can I touch your chin? No, idiot. When he did that, I was laughing so hard. I was laughing because I was like, you look so embarrassing. But then fast forward, like everybody was mad at me because he was a nice guy. Mm-hmm. I don't care. Lock it up, dude.
Then like, you date him.
Exactly. Holy shit, dude. That was so awful. But anyway, that was my story about.
Wow.
Dude, that's why I laughed at this. I'm like, good.
Yeah.
That's what he gets.
That's what he gets.
Yeah. But that was gross. Anyway, on to the next one.
You are not an asshole, for sure.
Exactly. In fact, you should have been meaner.
Yeah.
And laughed at him as he was running out the door. You should have laughed at him. So again, my trauma response is laughing in tense situations, and he's running off into the woods, and I'm just standing there laughing, going, what an idiot. Like, I wasn't saying that, but in my head, I was going, you're so embarrassing. That's why we're not dating anymore. But anyway, all right, here's the next one. Am I the asshole? My boyfriend is annoyed at my singing. Am I the asshole? All right. So she's like, I'm 41, a 41-year-old female. I have a very creative mind and I love making up songs and jingles that I share with my boyfriend who's 46. Practically everything he does is followed by a made up song on the spot where I highlight something funny or quirky that he said or did. This reminds me of New Girl. You know how, what's her name? Zoe Deschanel?
Yeah.
She's always like, and I'm singing, I'm gonna be the principal. She's always singing something and it's so funny. So I'm assuming this is what it is.
Sure.
So this morning he went to the bathroom to take a shit and he shut the bathroom door. So I stayed in the bedroom, which is about 8 feet away, with the bedroom door open. I then proceeded to sing made-up songs revolving around the word poopies. An example includes Eye of the Tiger Poopies in the tone of Eye of the Tiger by Survivor, where I sing something along the lines of rising up straight to the toilet, took my time, did my poopies, etc., etc. You get the idea. This went on loudly for like the last 10 minutes, or for at least 10 minutes, without pauses or breaks. So she was going in, singing Eye of the Tiger, but
Poopies.
Eye of the Poopies. You know who this reminds me of too? Livy. This reminds me of Livy. Livy would do something, my goddaughter, she would do something like this. So this went on loudly for at least 10 minutes without pauses or breaks. And I was cracking up along the way because my songs have that effect on me. And he could hear me singing and laughing. He was unable to finish his business or even start for that matter. He walked out of the bathroom annoyed and made sure I knew it. So am I the asshole?
No, that shit's fucking hilarious. Are you kidding me? Keep doing it.
I'm gonna make up songs. I'm gonna make up songs when you go poopies.
That shit's funny.
That's so funny.
That shit's funny, man.
Yeah. That brings joy to my heart because that's like when you sit on the toilet and then I bang on the door.
Yeah.
That's my version.
You bang on the door and then I rip the toilet paper as I'm wiping my ass.
Yeah, and then you touch your own butthole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's poop on my hand.
That's comedy. That's comedy gold right there. Oh man.
That shit's hilarious.
Dude, isn't
Keep
that funny?
singing. Sing your ass off, man.
Man, I hope this person watches our episode. And if you're the poopies girl,
dude,
we need more songs.
Yeah.
In fact, you need to make up a jingle for the beginning of our podcast and sing along with Donnie's little ukulele. That's funny.
That shit is hilarious.
Why do you guys get so mad?
I don't know. I wouldn't get mad at that.
I know. He laughs at every fart, TikTok reel that he sees. Anyone who's farting, he's like dying.
Yeah. I want to do, speaking of farting, right?
Okay. I'm listening.
I want to do that. Guess my fart with you. I do. Because I know you're going to hit it on the money. You're going to hit it on. I can't wait. to do it.
You guys, have you seen this trend going on around on TikTok? I saw it like 2 weeks ago, so I don't even know if it's an old trend or not. But it's called Guess My Fart. And couples are going, they'll like the husband will come in or the boyfriend will come in and he's videotaping his girlfriend and she's like in the bed reading her Kindle, right? And he's like, babe. And she looks at him and she's like, what? And he's like, guess my fart. And then she is like, and then you have to mimic like
the sound.
The sound.
That's just about to come out of his ass.
Yeah. And then he lets it out. And if it's the same exact one, it's hilarious. Which is 100% of the time the reel we were watching or the TikTok we were watching. All the farts that either spouse, because then the girl would come in
and do hers
and go, babe, husband, guess my fart. And he's like, and then she's like, and she's like, oh my God. It's so funny. That I will laugh at.
Yeah.
So I sent it to Tate and I was like, what do you thoughts?
Yeah. I can't wait to do that with you. I can't do it with you because I don't hear yours. Or at least I haven't heard any.
I know. They're silent but deadly.
That's
not true. I rip them.
Yeah, but but not enough to memorize.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's just going to be a one way? You're going to come in and say it?
I think it's got to be the one way.
Okay. Drop a comment if you want Tate and I to do the Guess My Fart, because it's basically probably going to be him like asking me to guess his fart.
Yeah.
This is married life, guys.
Yeah. There's another one too where they're a couple and they're in a car and the girl's making faces and then the other girl makes the sound of the face.
Oh,
you see that one?
Yeah, I have seen that one.
And they both do it.
Yeah.
That way you both can participate.
Yeah.
So we can do that. We can do that one too. That shit was fucking funny, man.
That was funny.
I couldn't stop laughing. I was crying.
You have to send me that one because I think I remember. Was it the two best friends sitting in the car?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I thought there were a couple, but I was.
They might have been. Yeah. I don't know. That's hilarious.
Just because the way they were interacting, I thought there were a couple.
Dude, how did we get off on Guess My Fart off this Poopy story?
The Poopies was awesome though, man. That shit's funny. You're not an asshole. You're funny as fuck.
Listen, man, this is married life. This is what you have to look forward to.
Come on. Let's go.
And don't get mad. That's freaking hilarious.
I know. And you know what?
Maybe he's a shy pooper. Maybe he can't hear any noise.
That could be it too.
Just needs it to be silent. And she's going, I have the poopies. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why he's so mad. He's like, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to take a shit.
You know I am when I'm trying to take a shit. Right? It's got to be silent. Absolute silence. No noise.
Dude, this guy can't even take a dump in a public bathroom.
It's not going to happen.
I don't care. We'll go somewhere and I was like, damn. I should have taken a shit before we left. And then he's like, do you want me to turn around and go home real quick? And I go, nah, I'll just pinch one off real quick.
See? That's my every time. You want me to go home? Because I want to go home if that happens to me. So I'm going to treat everyone the way I would want to be treated in that situation. You ready to go home?
Well, nah, I'll just pinch one off in the bathroom and I'll be fine.
We'll be on the plane to Hawaii. You ready to go home?
Yeah. Can we turn this plane around? I got to go home and poop.
You want me to tell him? I'll go tell him to turn it around.
And when he has to poop, I'm like, no, figure it out. You're going to make us late. And then he's like, the whole time, like at wherever we're going, we'll go to breakfast and he'll just sit there. He will not go poop at a public bathroom.
Can't do it.
Come on. It's no big deal, man. It's no big deal.
No.
Just go in there.
Absolutely not.
I know why. Because you need your wipies.
Well, yes, that is key. but I need... I have to be comfortable, man. Like public restroom, people are knocking on that door, trying to open it. That shit fucks me up.
When they knock on the door for me, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be a while. So you got to find another stall.
I hear that knock.
And don't come in here for at least 15 minutes after I'm done.
I hear that knock. Clinch. Game over.
Is it like coming out and it goes, whoop?
Yeah. It goes right back up. I'm done.
Yeah. The turtle's head's coming out and then it's like, whoop,
goes right back up.
Not
goes
me.
Right back up.
Not me. I'm like, I'm busy.
The handle jiggles.
Fucking busy. Not me. I don't care. I'm like, what
I
if?
can't do it. Makes me nervous.
Anyway, we're ending on poop. Everybody does it. It's all good. So anyway, you guys, that's episode 32.
32. Woo.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
We're having a blast. And we cannot wait to meet those of you who are going on tour with us.
Yes.
We
Super
will
excited.
See you guys soon. And here is the actual ad, Matt. Don't forget, you can still buy tickets. A lot of them are low. We have very low tickets in certain areas. A lot of them are sold out. And then some of them there's still plenty of tickets, like Florida area.
Let's go.
Let's go, man. It's going to be fun. So thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.